Hi everyone, my name is Nicola. I'm simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. So today I'm going to do Stitch With Me, and I'm going to be working on this piece. This is Christmas Cat, and it was a freebie no longer available from Geckorouge. It is my focus for a finish, and I am dedicating extra stitches to this piece where I can. So I'm stitching this piece at 1/1 at full cross on some 25 count. I've done 60 stitches so far, and this Stitch With Me will have some chat. So I'll be going through your comments that you've left me recently. So to those of you that have left a comment, thank you very much. At the outset of this video, I just want to remind you guys as well, YouTube are playing the unsubscribe game. So do check just to, oh, that's terrible. Do check just to make sure that you are still subscribed, that you haven't been unsubscribed automatically. Subscribing is, of course, is free. That's a bit brighter, isn't it? Subscribing, of course, is free. So if you do hit that subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And of course, if you like what I do, give this video a thumbs up. Not quite sure what I've done here. Just to help with the YouTube algorithm. But on with the Stitch With Me. So, as I said, the Stitch With Me will have some chat. So I'm busy working on Christmas Cat. I've colour completed 2 colours, and I'm now just working from the top down, filling in. This is obviously the cat's hat. The 2 ears are here. The hat is almost done, which is nice. This is quite a quick stitch. It's 34,499 stitches in all, and I've done just over 5,000. So I'm already at almost 15%. And Stitch Pal tells me that this one will be finished in August, in late August, as it currently stands. Hoping, of course, to bring that a little bit forward, but we will see. It's Wednesday morning as I film this, and I'm not going to lie, I've been a bit out of sorts this week because routine has changed slightly, and when routines change, it always makes for things to being a little bit odd. I normally film on the Monday, end up filming my Stitch With Me on a Sunday and my Flosstube on Tuesday, because on Monday we were at a school event for Lauren. So, and then Tuesday, where we would normally go shopping on a Monday, we ended up doing it on Tuesday. So yeah, things are just a bit out of sorts at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it will settle down. I don't like change, that's my big problem. So yeah, I'm going to get cracking on some of these comments because there are quite a lot. A lot on our Speaks Flosstube and a few more from my Whip Parade. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first comment on Flosstube, we're starting with Flosstube 26 comments. It's from Enid, and she leaves me a heart emoji. Thank you, Enid. And then the next comment is from our Kelly, who is Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. She says, all your big projects make me think of having them on a wall somewhere, like a tapestry, as old castles did to keep the cold out. I took your advice, she said, and my whip parade uploads on the 2nd. Thanks so much for the shout out, and well done, Lauren. You looked gorgeous in your prom dress. Thank you, Kelly, and you're welcome. And yeah, I agree, Lauren did. She looked really, really beautiful. Okay. I did have a little rant on that Flosstube, and a couple of people here commented in agreement. Janelle McLeod says, well said with your rant. And Denise Gray says, "Katottles to you, you said it just right." Excuse me. Oh dear. Kay, our Sussex Stitcher, says, "Woohoo, lovely Lauren. You look so beautiful and so much like you, Mama." If you saw Lauren's dad, you would say, yeah, she looked like Lauren's dad. Looked like her dad. Same with Hannah. Speaking of Hannah, she needs a little nudge. Thank you, love. Okay. Our lovely Jane 22 says, and a Star Trek reference, "I joined your group because of the kindness and encouragement. It's nice to sew with people, even if it's only through comments on your videos and stitch with me. I spend time alone, but please don't worry, I do have other activities and friends. It's just not every day. I agree, be kind. Well done on the weight loss. Yes, Lauren looked stunning and beautiful." Yep, thank you, Jane. So the idea, of course, of the group, the stitch-alongs and all the rest of it, is for that inclusivity and that support. I think it's so important. We all need to be supported as much as possible, I think. I've always said that stitching can be quite solitary unless you know somebody in real life, or you live with somebody who stitches. It can be so solitary. And sharing, this hobby, which is not as widely known as, all the stuff like cycling or whatever. I think definitely we need to support one another. You're causing drama up there.
I only went to cuddle the cat and Hannah went off.
Oh.
Cat's in a good mood for a change.
I'm an egg. Yeah. Yes, the cat is either yowling for food or grumpy, so to catch her in a good mood is rare. Okay. Kay also says, well said, Nicola. And then Sherry comments to say, way to go, Lauren, on the weight loss. Well done. Nicola, you never cease me to amaze with your projects. All are beautiful. Thank you, Sherry. Once this one is finished, there will be another new start, and I wonder what that was going to be. I have a few lined up. Heather Pearson, great progress, she says. Before we know it, envy will be your focus for a finish. Magpie still kind of looks like lush mountains to me. Yeah, I can see that. And yes, it will be nice when envy is the focus for a finish. I remember when I focused on Avarice to get her done. But the ending part of Avarice was literally all skirt, because I've done. I'm doing envy in sort of columns, left to right, and Avarice I work from the top down. So I was left with literally all skirt at the end, or towards the end of it. There was a lot of skirt. But once envy is done, there won't be finish 2 start 1 for envy, because once envy is done, the next sin will be started straight away. That's the only difference in my 2 finishes 1 start, is when envy's done. I'm thinking about next year, on my pieces that are over 200,000 stitches. I'm thinking about changing how many, in my rotation I do like a certain amount and then rotate. I'm thinking about changing up the amounts, varying on the size of the piece. So if it's under 200,000 stitches, I'll stick to 1,000 at a time. If it's between 200,000 and 500,000, I might do like 1,500 in rotation. And if it's more than 500,000, do 2,000 for the rotation. Because then I was thinking about after Ebony did her whip parade, and she was like, well, the bigger pieces are getting very little work on them. I was like, yeah, that's a good point. It will mean though that there will be less stitches for focus on a finish, but if I can get things progressing, we get more stuff that's nearer to a finish, don't we? So, but that's something I'm thinking about. The only difficulty is if I start doing that, I may not get spare stitch Saturdays. I may just be playing catch up. on a Saturday. But, you know, if it means that the bigger pieces get pulled along a little bit, you know, it might be a good thing. Because I can't possibly, you know, sort of prioritise and say, I want this one done or I want that one done. I want them all done. I enjoy working on them all. I pick them all for a reason. So, there we go. Wild Fox Stitchery. I'm so happy to have discovered your channel. I love all of your projects. I'm also working on Gogh Never Passed. Super. Welcome. And I'm glad that you found something that you like. Yeah, I am a bit Lord of the Rings obsessed. The family don't quite get it, but you know. Come on. There we go. Yeah, lots of Lord of the Rings themed pieces. I've still got a few on Pattern Keeper that I haven't added to my spinning wheel yet. Michelle L. Congrats, Lauren. Really love your blouse paired with a beautiful necklace. I hope both of you ladies have a wonderful week. Yeah, Lauren has days where all she wears is black, and then other days when she's a girly girl. So we take advantage of the girly girl days. Okay, done quite a lot already on this. It's nice when I've mapped the area and I'm just filling in. It makes it much easier. I quite like doing that technique because I don't have to look on Pattern Keeper to make sure that I'm getting stitches in the right place. I just literally fill in. I find myself doing it more and more, especially where the piece has got, you know, a bit of blocky stitching in it. Cindy Walcott. Lauren, you looked absolutely beautiful in that dress. Congratulations to both of you on the weight losses. Not an easy thing to do. Stitching was also lovely. Thank you very much. Yes, I think Lauren is going to be a feature of my Flosstubes going forward. Now she's home from school and no more school and nothing until September. So I think she's going to be around a little bit. Okay, I need to decide where I'm going to stitch next now. Okay, let's have a look at this ear, I think. Okay, so I'm going to move a little that way. Let's see. Okay. Okay, right. So, Kate, so Stitcher on my Whip Parade comments. Amazing, thank you, Kate. I'm getting lots of lovely feedback from my Whip Parade, so I know lots of people enjoyed it, which is good. Longest one I've ever done. And I think having the gallery at the end was nice as well, you know, so next year you can see, or in 6 months we'll have to see the progress. And you know, I do my pieces in the order that they come up in the rotation. It keeps it nice and organised, doesn't it? Anne-Marie Borman also then comments on Flosstube 26 and says beautiful pieces. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Then Judy Warburton says, I appreciated your comments about negative remarks that people make. I'm very sorry to hear about them and feel such compassion towards anyone who receives them. Much love, Judy. Cheers, Judy. P.S. I love watching your channel. Thank you, Judy. It just annoys me that, you know, some people can be, you know, awfully judgmental about others. It's wrong. And you know, I get a bit soapboxy about it. But there we go. Morning, Hannah.
I brought you a present.
Oh, you brought me a present, but you wouldn't let Andy anywhere near her.
No.
Hello, pretty cat. Okay. Oh, there you go. You can tell Hannah's in the house. It's not a stitch with me without Hannah blowing one off. Hello. Okay. Jodie says, woohoo, happy dance, and congrats to both you and Lauren on y'all's weight loss journey. Awesome job. Lauren, you look absolutely stunning in that dress with the tiara. And Nicola, you're very beautiful in the dress with Lauren. Awesome progress on your whips. I feel exactly as you do, Nicola. Couldn't have said it better. You guys stay cool and happy stitching. And Jodie. Thank you, Jodie. Tired, Hannah?
What?
Tired?
Yeah.
Same. I think we're still catching up, aren't we? Okay. Where am I going now? Let's try that one. coming off this thread card. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Jane Horn says, after watching your whip parade, I just had to buy the chart of Sailing Fairy. Yours looks so beautiful. Yeah, it's a wonderful piece, and even better now I can see her eye. Her eye is peeking. I'm almost tempted to do the other one, and you know, next time I get Sailing Fairy out, I think I might actually. It does look very beautiful. Okay, and Sally Ann says, I agree with everything you say about mean people. I have no clue why they feel the need to make nasty comments. No, and my opinion of that is that if they stood in front of me, the likelihood is that they wouldn't say anything, but because they're safely behind a keyboard, which, you know, rattles a little bit really, you know, people get all brave when they can sit behind a keyboard. If anybody said any of the comments that I've been sort of seeing or reading about to me in real life, I'd just say, well, what's it got to do with you? What business is it of yours how I spend my time, and more importantly, spend the money that I work for? There we go. Okay. Wow, what a week for Lauren, she says. She looked absolutely beautiful, and well done on all your hard work. It paid off. It certainly did. Thank you very much. Oh dear. Excuse me. Roxanne says, happy graduation. You and your dress was gorgeous, but you're gorgeous anyway. Great stitching. She says, I love the B one. I wish I could get it, but alas, it's not in my budget. Until next time, happy stitching. Thank you, Roxanne. Yeah, Geckorouge kits can be costly. But, you know, it's like I've said, if you divide that cost by the hours you spend working on these pieces, the cost is minimal. But I agree, it's you know, getting that initial outlay. I'm fortunate that, you know, I do sort of ring fence money for my hobby, but I get it that, you know, not everybody can. But yeah, the bee is, it is beautiful. And I was saying in my Flosstube, I kind of miss working on it on my daily 100, but it's also nice to have the change and work on Ice Dragon. Oh, she's off again.
Give me strength.
Okay, let's have a look. What's the next one? Renee says, you look so beautiful, Lauren, so proud of your weight loss. Nicola, thanks for the comments at the end. We appreciate your kindness, your positive attitude keeps me here. Yeah, nobody should be on the receiving end of negativity for doing a craft that they love. And if it came to it, I'd say it again. Okay. Linda loves to stitch. Love all of your beautiful stitches. I'm glad you addressed hurtful comments some Flosstubers have received. It boggles my mind how some people will criticise others. Yeah, I agree. It baffles me too. Why on earth, you know, people would feel the need to wade in on something that simply does not concern them. Like I said on my Flosstube there, at the end of the day, I work. Some people do not in this life, but you know, and pretty much it'd be the same for them, just to be assured that their home is paid for, their bills are paid, and their children, if they have them, are fed. And all the responsibilities are taken care of before thinking about cross stitch, because that's what we do. I mean, my home's looked after, my bills are paid. So, okay, I have a comment. I think it's in Spanish. So I just need to go to the old Googly Translate. Google Translate. Okay. It said, hello, good afternoon here in Mexico, in northern Mexico, Chihuahua. I've been watching your videos for 2 days and I think your work is wonderful. Everything you do when you talk about design, I still don't know what it's about, but this week I will be exploring everything you do and we'll go back to your previous videos. Thank you very much for sharing your beautiful work. I am a fan of yours. And that was from Alicia Rivero over in Mexico. So thank you, Alicia. And I do hope that you enjoy the channel. Plenty to look at, that's for sure. Excuse me. And interesting, I seem to get, you know, people from lots of far-flung areas around the globe, which is really nice. Okay. I will be putting a response on there in Spanish at some point. Thanks to Google Translate. It's so handy now that we have these services, isn't it? That, you know, we just put in some text and it tells us what we want to say. I did learn a little Spanish in school, but not enough conversation. I can ask for toilet paper. In a shop. I remember how to do that. Anyway. And then she's left me another comment, which I'll just pop and translate that one. Copy and paste is wonderful. There is another thing. She says, I already subscribed and thank you for translating it into Spanish. I know very little English and it was frustrating, but when I found that they were in Spanish, it made me very, very happy. So whether or not that's auto dubbing or whatever, that's fantastic, which means that my work's going to a wider audience, which is wonderful. Quite pleased about that. Okay. So, gracias, Alicia.
You get that when you sit on grass.
Something like that, Hannah. Jane22 says, totally enjoyed your whip parade. You create such amazing work with your stitching. The stitching shelf is stunning to see in full and the back is also awesome. Hello Kitty. Thank you, Jane. Somebody actually requested what the backs of the work look like, which is why I sort of showed it. But to be fair, to be honest, I'm not terribly concerned about how the back looks. It's how the front looks.
No one looks at the back.
Well, no, that's right. And when it's framed, you don't see the back. But somebody asked, so, you know, if I get asked something, then I try and accommodate. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not terribly concerned about the backs of the work. I don't use knots or anything like that, but occasionally I might get a knot in my thread and I'll just make sure that it's anchored at the back. Because I'm, you know, like everybody, I'm not perfect, and, you know, sometimes what looks beautiful on the front can be an absolute mess at the back. It happens. Oh, needing that morning coffee this morning. 2, 3, 4, there. Okay, where's my mouse? There it is. Okay, great update, says Sandy. Not surprised you didn't get many stitches, something to do with Whip Parade. Yeah, well, my Whip Parade took a lot of preparation. I was about 45 minutes or so doing the figures and things, and I still managed to get a couple wrong. Then getting out all of the pieces, deframing them, stacking them up in order, making sure bags were open and unzipped and things like that. And then actually setting up my filming tattle, and then all the putting away afterwards, because obviously I get them out, they've got to go away. So it did take a while, but I think it's worth doing. And the Whip Parade was well received, so that's okay. Well done to Lauren for a weight loss. I agree with your rant. How is it that Flosstubers are criticised for what is their personal businesses? Some illnesses can't be seen, and you never know what people are going through. Absolutely correct. I have it's not really an illness as such. I have a condition that's not visible, but you know it's there. I suffer from quite bad anxiety. It's not a visible condition, you know, like a broken leg or whatever, but it is there. Diabetes, not a visible condition. ME, not necessarily, fibromyalgia, not necessarily visible. High blood pressure, not medical condition, not visible. Some cancers, medical condition, not visible. I mean, who can tell by looking at him that the king's got cancer? So yeah, what people don't see, or can't see, it's just mad that people see fit to criticise. It just grinds my gears. Anyway, I'm going to try not to rant so much in future as well. Thanks for sharing. She says you're amazing whips. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you, Sandy. But yeah, I will always support people irrespective. Moral support, conversation. There's lots of you who have messaged me privately, so my inbox is open. And I'll support where I can. This ear is not far away. Okay, finishing symphony. Karen Ennis is watching the replay, and TD Nitwit says Die Hard started at the office Christmas party. Yes, it did. And Laurie Clark says, congratulations. Sorry, I missed this one. Congrats on the finish. Thank you, Laurie. Just get these stitches in here. Kitty glitter. Cat's hair is sewn into my projects. She's a long-haired cat, and in the summer she sheds. I got Hannah to brush her the other day. The cat fought her, and I says, well, if you just brush her a little bit every day, she'll get used to it, won't she? Might just go off camera here just to catch this last stitch. Are your what?
Socks.
No idea. Okay. Chua is watching the replay. And then Kelly comes in and says Die Hard is not a Christmas film. It's one of those, isn't it? Some people will say it is, some people will say it isn't. I think it is, but you know.
My black socks.
When did you take them off and where did you take them off?
Yesterday.
Where?
Well, I took them off in the conservatory, but I put them in here, but I even put them on my chair and we're on there.
Don't know.
I'll give you a pair of black socks.
Probably some of mine in there.
Oh dear. The sock drama in this house, it never ends.
Try them.
They're not mine.
Well, why don't you have a look in the bag rather than getting Andy to hand you pairs of socks?
You automatically handed me a pair of socks.
Anyway, on my Stitch With Me with Van Gogh Never Passed, Enid leaves me a wave. Thank you, Enid. And Kelly's Quilts and Cruisers says, looking good, Nicola. Love the vibrant reds and oranges. Thanks for the mention. You got some?
Yeah, not the ones I want.
At least you've got some socks, haven't you? Okay. Anne-Marie Borman says, fingers crossed for Sunday. And Joe Sorensen on my whip parade says, great whip parade. She Sleeps is stunning. I always forget how big she is until you hold her up. Yeah, now I did it on 20 count. If I'd have done it on 25 count, it would have been much smaller. But I did it on 20. And of course, 28 count, it would have been even smaller still. But for me, I wanted to do it on 20 count. And get her as a decent size. Then Joe comments on my Flosstube to say, Lauren, you look beautiful. Being kind is the way to go. It certainly is. And, you know, as you guys know, it's something that's very important for me. Okay. Let's have a look at this because it's not quite making sense to me. Ah, cat's inner ear. Looks to be red as well. I got you. Okay. Laura Silby says, wonderful whip parade, one of the very few I'm watching, loving the progress, bring on the 500k. Yeah, I didn't mention it in my most recent Flosstube, but I am on track for 500k. At the end of June, I had made 252,671 stitches. and to be on track for 500k I needed to be at 247,669, so I'm about 5,000 stitches in hand at the moment, which is really good. But I know I've got a few days coming up which will be limited or non-stitchy days. Me and Hannah are going away for a few days in August for a start, so I can't see as I'll get an awful lot of stitching done on those days.
You never know.
Well, we'll have to see. I'll take some stitching with me. Well, we'll have to see. I'll probably take something that's got a mapped area to do. Then she says on my Flosstube, well said with a stitchy rant. There's no place in this hobby for the negative. Agree. Happy stitching. Thank you, Laura. Wendy Stitching says, a little while back you showed some new scissors you'd bought. Are you enjoying them? What brand are they? So those are Ernest Wright scissors. They are Sheffield steel, Sheffield made scissors from Ernest Wright's. And if I'm quite honest, I haven't actually used them yet. I'm just enjoying having them, if that makes sense. I really should get on and use them. But the difficulty is that I'm worried that, if I do use them and if I leave them somewhere, that a child will pick them up and then all of a sudden they'll be blunt. But yeah, they are Ernest Wright's from Sheffield made. They were part of a birthday gift from my stitchy friends for my 50th birthday in January. They are significantly bigger than the ones I have on my lanyard right now. I think they're probably near nigh twice as big. So, but yeah, I really do. I should use them really. Shouldn't. Somebody once said you shouldn't keep anything for best because you'll never use it. So maybe I should just adopt that and dig them out. Well, no, I said dig them out. I know exactly where they are. They're right next to me. And then on my unicorn, stitch with me, Enid leaves me a heart. Thank you, Enid. I think it's working quite well, having one chatty stitch with me a week. The chatty stitch with me have always been that little bit more popular. And then rotating the other two. If I had time to do 3 stitch with me's a week, I would, but I just don't have time. I dedicate about, I think we worked it out, about 7 or 8 hours to YouTube a week, which is a day. It's like a day's work. I don't earn a lot from YouTube. Yes, the channel's monetized and there's adverts in it and stuff. You know, what I earn really is pin money. It, you know, might just sort of pay for retreats and things, or if I need something. But I do ring fence my YouTube money and my buy me a coffee money for me. The buy me a coffee money is ring fence for framing, and the YouTube money is ring fence for retreats and things. So it means that I can pay for my stitching without it coming out of the family budget, which is always good. Very nice, Hannah. You look lovely.
I thought I'd look pretty in a little dress.
Okay. Cheryl Barnettson says, thank you, Nicola, for a lovely stitch along. Your live streams are my therapy. Always fun topics, even if we do gang up against Andy sometimes. Congratulations, Hannah, on your work achievement.
What work achievement?
Going from a single roll to a dual roll and picking up over time and doing really well at it.
Well, at least someone's finally complimenting my skills.
No. She says that like we never compliment her.
You don't.
Excuse me, who's been your biggest support?
And then at work, the only two that compliment me work is Tanith and Katie. Because Katie wanted to message me a few weeks back to say how well I was doing.
Well, yeah, and who compliments you and who supports you here, and who is on the phone with you helping you to cook?
Yeah, but that weren't my fault, that was their fault.
Yeah, but you didn't have to ring me, did you?
Oh, I did, because I was stuck. And you were the only person that I could ring that I knew would know how to cook.
And who supported you?
You.
Thank you. So, no. Little monkey.
Not a little monkey.
All right, a big monkey then.
I'm not a big monkey either, I'm not a monkey. I'm just monkey lucky.
You just monkey lunky.
Monkey lucky.
I don't know. Kids, love them, couldn't eat a whole one.
Do you know though, right? As much as I get the odd compliment at work and that, I also get bullied at work.
Oh, really?
It's not by the people that you think.
Alright.
By the service users. One of them yesterday said to me that I stink and he wasn't nowhere near me.
She said, well, you should tell him I'm twinning with you then.
I did. I told him he stinks more. Don't worry, I'll give it as good as I get.
Good. Anyway, Kay Sussex Stitcher leaves me some hearts and Celia hearts, a bobbin, a needle, and a kitty cat. Yeah, the cat is taken to making her vocal self known. Oh, excuse me, on my videos recently.
Like me.
Yeah, like you.
I make myself on your videos.
We know. You can almost hear the eye rolling.
Right.
Right, go on then, Smelly.
I'm getting in early.
I'll see you later.
Bye, Hannah.
Let me know if you're staying on. Can I have some more drinks, love, please?
Oh. If I can get this myself out of this chair. It's not easy. I'm just as weary as you.
Coco Creates says, I love the necklace you've got on, Lauren, and your purple prom dress looks stunning. My sister wore a tiara for her prom too. Yeah, she certainly did look stunning. Sometimes I can't quite believe just how pretty she is. Laurie on live stream Sunday. I was working on Night Cafe. Was I working? No, I wasn't. I was working on Ice Dragon. And Laurie comments to say, I love this piece. I'm always lurking. A phone won't let me chat. No worries at all, Laurie. It's just, I know that you're there. It's nice that you are watching the streams. Have a look at the path that this piece is taking. Just mark off those ones, those ones. Yeah. Right, okay. Let's just move my camera a wee bit. Okay. And then Nina Hobby Site on Flosstube 25, where I showed she sleeps as an FFO. Nina says, wow, the frame is so beautiful, absolutely perfect. You did incredible, many stitches. Thank you, Nina. I am super proud of She Sleeps. I have it opposite me. I sit and look at it every day. I do really need to get someone to come in and put me a wall fixing up so I can have it on the wall.
Yeah.
Thanks, love. Okay. Sandy says, thanks for a great sorry, start that again because I can't even speak. Sandy on Unicorn says, great stitch with me, thanks Nicola. Stitching along with you is great. Good to hear Hannah's got a dual contract. Proves they must trust her. Yep, absolutely. She's working with vulnerable people, so you know, they don't just, you know, hand them out. You know, Hannah's obviously proven her worth, which is good. And I can remember when she actually went for the interview, she went for the interview for the cleaning job, and they actually mistook her for somebody that was wanting a support job. So, you know, they said that even back then that they would have been happy to have offered a support role. So yeah, I am super proud of her. Don't tell her that though, she'll get a big head. I expect Lauren will be out of sorts until college starts, bless her. I hope everyone is well. Take care, happy stitching. Yeah, Lauren has been having sofa buttitis. She's been sat on the sofa, but I have warned her this will not continue and that we need to get her up and doing things. Let's see how much pushback I get.
A lot.
Oh yes. Okay. I think Lauren still relies on being cute.
But Lauren is cute.
Oh, well. Leslie on Unicorn Stitch With Me, Leslie Maud, says, thanks for a great video. The unicorn is coming along nicely. Yeah, it is. It was really, really nice to, you know, get the unicorn horn in on the last Stitch With Me, and done a little more work on it since. It's going to be beautiful when it's done. One, two, three, four, five, six, one. Okay. And then the last comment that I have on this batch of comments comes from Gabriella Zimmerman, and she says, wow, Lauren, you look so beautiful. Congrats on your weight loss, both of you, and your stitching, Nicola, is also so nice. I love to watch your progress, and with the mean people, I totally agree with you. Stitching is a hobby of ours. We can all choose what to stitch, how many whips we have, and how many stitches we're able to do, to stitch besides our busy lives. And nobody has the right to judge anybody. Well, happy day and happy stitching. Thank you, Gabriella. Yeah, indeed, nobody does have the right. But, you know, it won't stop people having an opinion. And I'm pretty sure that, I know that these opinions I've seen recently are not the first, and they by far will not be the last. So, something with a big engine out there. And that is the end of my comments. So if you have contributed a comment, thank you very, very much. It truly is appreciated. It means that I have something to talk about in these Stitch With Me. So they do create a talking point, comments. So, yeah. My stomach's off on one. I have got a quick visit to the dentist later to refit my dentures.
What time is that?
2 o'clock, I think, 2:15.
Not 2:30.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got work today. Don't think I've got an awful lot else happening this week. Granddad's birthday and my sister's birthday, but that's the weekend. And then just some more stitchy time. Live stream tonight, and I'll be further along on this piece, which is going to be a bit strange. I've got Pandora and Night Orange London out as well this week for some stitches. I'm pretty sure that that's the right two. Oh, good. Come on, where's my needle? Thank you. Yeah, Pandora and Night Orange London. Which will be good. So I reckon this bobble on the end of his hat will be done. Well over 15% now, so it's going to be quite a quick stitch, I think, getting this one finished. So quiet again, Ob.
Mm. Nothing like a bit of peace though.
Ooh, Rivendell's out next week. Stitch a bit more on Rivendell. Summer Sun, Witch Cat, Rivendell and Envy. Ooh, Envy with me Sunday Stitch next week. Oh, I'm liking the sound of that. Yeah, so I think that's what I might do next year. I might base how many stitches each piece gets on the size of stitches. Just try and get a bit more progress in on the bigger ones. Better mark off these stitches before I get lost. I've done those. I've done those. And there, I think. Yes. I've got the update icon now.
Okay, well you know what to do then.
Yeah. I'm do it now while I can. Okay, that is that one done, or that bit done. Let's get rid of those stitches. That one, those. Doing quite well this morning. Oh, excuse me. 81701. Sounds like the school kids are about to go in. Parents walking up having a bit of a shout. Oh my days, excuse me. Very relaxing stitchy time. We're almost there anyway. So I'm going to be taking this to a total of 400 stitches completed now, so 339 on this stitch with me. So just while I finish off the last few stitches, I'm going to give you guys my usual reminders. 3 videos coming up on the screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. As I said at the beginning, if you are a subscriber, please double check, make sure that you're still subscribed, because YouTube is playing the let's remove subscriber game again. And my schedule, as ever, is I release a Flosstube on Tuesdays, Stitch with Me's on Thursdays and Saturdays, and a live stream 7:30 p.m. UK time on Wednesdays and Sundays. My Sunday stitch is what features on the Sunday stream unless I have a new start, and on Wednesdays it is always my focus for a finish, which at present is this beauty, the Christmas cat. So I'm just going to zoom out and show you guys how this one now looks. But thank you very much indeed for spending your time with me today. I understand that time is valuable. And how this one looks. So as you can see, the main, no, it's not. The main part of the hat there is complete, and the top of an ear working on this bobble. So there is like a fur band across here, and then the cat's face will come in down here. These stitches are part of the cat's boop, part of its nose. So thank you guys very much indeed for watching. Do take care, happy stitching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.